Welcome to the City Council meeting for Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. We have a time set aside for anybody to speak for 3 minutes duration. That will be later on in the meeting. We will announce that when that happens. Would you join me with the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Council President Sparks.
Here.
Council Member Banks.
Here.
Council Vice President Wilkie.
Yes, sir.
Councilmember McKay.
Here.
Councilmember Closey.
Here.
Councilmember Wheeler.
Here.
Councilmember Mize.
Here.
Councilmember Canopy. Sorry,
Thank you, here.
I just remembered the duck last week, so.
I'm not saying a word.
Okay. Approval of the minutes of May 27th, 2025.
Your Honor, I would move to approve the city council minutes of May 27th, 2025.
Second.
Motion made by Vice President Wilkie, seconded by President Sparks. Public comment? Any council discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes 8-0. Correspondence, you have the police monthly report. We have John Klansma reappointment to City County Planning Board. And we have the MDT correspondence. Any council disclosure of ex parte? Moving on to, are there any council requests to remove anything from the consent agenda?
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve the consent agenda for June 10, 2025.
Second.
Motion made by Councilmember Closey, seconded by Vice President Wilkie. Any public comment? Council discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes 8-0. Nothing on the ceremonial calendar, budgets, reports of boards and commission. We have budget and finance of May 27th, 2025. We now go to audience participation with a 3-minute limit. If you would state your name and address, please.
John Elliston.
All right, we got through that. My name is Sean Ellisted. I'm here concerning 606 South 6th Street in Laurel, Montana. Some time ago, Taylor McBurney from representing the Yellowstone County Attorney's Office came in and spoke to you about a street needing maintenance and care. We seen some efforts made at that time. Mayor Wagner had mentioned to Matt Wheeler to address it. We seen a grader come down. We got some gravel down there, certainly made some improvements. But as I spoke with Matt afterwards and have now consistently for some time, there's more than a light effort needed there in order to maintain that road in a way that it meets the standard by which the city guidelines dictate a serviceable road. I myself am a business owner on that road. And we have, or on that street, and we have 5 other total businesses down there that depend on that street. I can tell you this spring, I had to pull several of my customers out, and I had to pull Galileo Networks multiple times out of the mud. It's not a serviceable road. I've brought that to the attention of Mr. Wheeler again, and we haven't seen any further action. I, by way of my own interest for my business and my other, I own the property adjacent to 606 South 6th Street, to be clear. So I've rented equipment again at my own expense, had gravel brought in. I've had to do something with the road in order to get my customers in and out and the people that rent my buildings from me in and out. And we're still back to a semi-marginal road, but it's rough. So my time here tonight is to bring it back up again and see what we can do moving forward. I thought we had resolve and we just didn't get there. I certainly appreciate the efforts. It's more than we've been able to do in some time. Granted, I've been doing this for 15 years trying to get things established down there. So it's been, I've put well over $700,000 worth of work in developing that property. So and a lot of it has come out of my own pocket. I've got probably close to 10,000 of my own money into just getting that road even semi-serviceable. So I just, at this point, I need the city to do what there was, I thought we had resolved before to get done now.
Is that street in the city?
It is.
You're not county?
No. Once you go underneath those power poles, you go county. So up into the power poles, so school fence to the power poles, city street. And that's why Taylor McBurney was here from the office, was to show for a fact that that was a street.
Okay, we have city and water and sewer going down there?
No, there's no city service down it, but it was plotted in the late 60s as a street. 66, I believe.
Okay, we will look over that and again, we'll take care of it if we can figure out that what is city and what's county.
Yeah, she went through a great deal of detail, Mr. Bernie did, really looking into the exact lines where everything's at on the plot lines, all the previous history into it. And it was very well established during that meeting that that was in fact a street. And Mr. Wagner, you had agreed, Mayor Wagner, however I need to address you properly. It was agreed that it was a street. And that's why you guys came down initially to get it fixed.
Okay.
And I can tell you right now, alleyways in this town are smoother than that street is. I ride a motorcycle and I'm pretty nervous about going down the street.
Okay.
It's cratered out, potholed. And if we were doing routine maintenance, and this is the struggle in all this, and I believe, what was the garbage man, young man's name? Keith, yes, great kid. But I had kidded around with him about the left-hand turn on the grader being fixed. Because I've watched the grader go down in front of South Elementary School and down all those gravel streets down there. But they can't make the left-hand turn down my street.
Okay.
So I'd really, really appreciate it if we could get some efforts made down there.
I will check with Matt again in the morning.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you all.
Did you have a question, Councilmember Mize? Oh, do we have anybody else? Thank you. Moving on to scheduled matters, we have a resolution, R25-34. It's a resolution of the City Council authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for provision of fire services for the Rural 5, District 5.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve resolution number R25-34.
Second.
Motion made by President Sparks, seconded by Vice President Wilkie. Any public comment? Council discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes 8-0. We have another resolution, R25-35. A resolution of the City Council authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for provision of fire services for the Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch.
Mr. Mayor, I would move to approve resolution number R 25-35, please.
Second.
Motion made by Councilmember Canopy, seconded by Vice President Wilkie. Any public comment? Council discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes 8-0. Next, we have a resolution, R 25-36. A resolution of the City Council authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement for provision of fire services for the Laurel Urban Fire Service area.
Mr. Mayor, I would move to approve Resolution R 25-36.
Second.
Second.
Motion made by Councilmember Banks, seconded by Councilmember Mize. Any public comment? Council discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes 8-0. Now we have a resolution R 25-37, a resolution of intent to extend the city boundaries of the city of Laurel by annexing a parcel of city-owned parkland that is contiguous to the city limits, such annexation to include all of the adjacent and adjoining right-of-ways of the annexed property in Yellowstone County, Montana, and amending previous resolution numbers R 12-79 and R 12-90.
Your Honor, I would move to approve resolution number R 25-37.
Second.
Motion made by Councilmember Mize, seconded by Vice President Wilkie. Any public comment? Any council discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes 8-0. Next, we have a resolution, R 25-38. It's a resolution of the City Council authorizing the mayor to execute an independent contractor service contract with Redline Services.
Mr. Mayor, I would move to approve resolution number R 25-38.
Second.
Motion made by Councilmember McKay, seconded by Vice President Wilkie. Any public comment? Council discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes 8-0. Then we have a resolution R 25-39. Resolution of the City Council approving the latecomers and development agreement by and between Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and the City of Laurel.
Mr. Mayor, I'd move to approve resolution number R 25-39.
Second.
Motion made by Councilmember Wheeler, seconded by Councilmember Mize. Any public comment? Would you like to comment?
Sean Baker with Loves. Hey, I really appreciate everybody's help trying to get things going and moving through on this deal so we can get some construction done before the summer's out. So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate all the recent movement and work on this. Okay.
Thank you, Sean. Any council? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes 8-0. Get the shovels going. We have no items removed from the consent agenda. Community announcements? Councilmember Closey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't want to step on the firemen's ceremony that they're having this Saturday over here at Fireman's Park, but Ace Hardware is going to unveil a mailbox that I bought that was decorated by Dynamic Design for the purpose of people bringing their used American flags and getting rid of them the proper way. So that'll be done about the same time that the firemen are doing their activity. I just want to remind people of both of those.
Same time, Rod and Gun, right? Oh, that was last week? Oh, okay. hopefully you had a good turnout, so. Anything else? Any other council or community? Any council discussion? Council President Sparks.
Yes, just a reminder that we have Public Works on Monday at 6 here in council chambers. Attorney Brockman, are you planning on joining for that to go over establishing guidelines?
Sorry, I am, I'll be there, and I want to extend an apology to the Park and Tree Board members, that I was not able to be there last Thursday. I just learned about it obviously the same week. I was in court on Thursday, hoped I would be done in time to make it and just did not. But I will put on my calendar to make the next meeting that we have. In addition to that, in follow-up, we've solidified everything as far as the changes that we had discussed for those boards. So I expect that that will be, if the mayor approves of it, on the next council cycle as well. So, but yes, to answer your question, President Sparks, I will plan to be there at the meeting on Monday.
That'll be a good thing. Thaddeus is coming to say why the West Railroad is stalling. And it's probably gonna be a couple of years out. So you might all want to come. Well, you can't.
You post it.
Okay. Anyways, Councilmember McKay.
Thank you. So yes, speaking of Public Works and also speaking of the West Railroad project getting kicked down the road, I guess. Last month's Public Works Committee had identified picking a project that would be doable, that stretch over by the town pump that just had the remodeling done. That's been pretty rough. And since West Railroad was getting pushed back, we talked about a project that would be doable and in the budget. And the committee kind of made that recommendation, which started the whole ball rolling of committee functions and but I just don't want that project and that conversation to get lost as we dig through all of this. So I just wanted to bring it up again and maybe request that it get on an agenda so that we can discuss it and maybe get it rolling so that we have some road maintenance. And obviously there's other road maintenance to do, but that just we can talk about some projects maybe to do this summer since we're not going to be able to jump on that West Railroad one as quickly as we had wanted to.
We did talk to the engineers and Ryan stated it could not be done this year. By the time you engineer everything and then just try to find a contractor this late in the contracting season, he said it probably feasibly, he's gonna work on it, him and Matt, but he said it's a long shot to get a contractor. Is that what he said? Basically, that it would be tough it's a small job, so maybe somebody could work it in, to some, off work or something, but we are working on that, so.
Yeah, so
But
just,
keep it brought up though.
right, that's
in your
exactly why I
meetings.
wanted to bring it
Yep.
up. So thank you for letting me
Yep.
know where you guys were at with that. Thank you.
Okay. Councilmember Mize?
Thank you. At the park board meeting, we were talking about budgeting for the next fiscal year to put a sidewalk going up to the new Alder School. But since school starts in September and the new budget cycle starts in September, I'm wondering if there's a way to try to start getting that project moved a little forward. Or do we have to wait to even bid it out and look for contractors until the budget is passed? I guess I'm curious about when we can move on that.
Do you want to address that? Because last I was talking to Matt, it was gonna be an asphalt pad for now because we couldn't get a contractor.
The only thing I could add is that you can, because it's a capital project or something that's gonna cost over $5,000, it's usually added to the budget in a budget line item. If the council wants to move forward and have the mayor move something forward, you can actually vote on something and approve it to move that forward, knowing that it's gonna be approved in the budget. Typically we wait. In previous years, if you needed to move something forward fast, you just take it to the council for a vote, and then you are obligating those funds for that. The city clerk treasurer will need to review that. I think there's funds available for park development and right. So it's just if you wanted to allocate those funds towards that and then know that in the final budget that it'll be approved, you can approve the projects, just like any other project that moves forward. If you vote on it, it has to be in the budget. Thing is to have the fiscal note in there to make sure that it can be paid for and then as the council approves it in the final budget, those bills would be coming in, but that's something that could be done, pretty quick, in the next few cycles, I would imagine, and then try to get something going. But I did look over at that project, so one of the blocks is in the county. And the school annexation has not been completed because they have to do the improvements of overlaying Alder Avenue, which I expect they're going to be doing here shortly as soon as school's out, or I guess it is out. So they have to wrap up that project, do that. We finalize the annexation, and then that property is annexed. It doesn't bring us any tax dollars into the city. They're exempt from taxes, but we do get street maintenance from them. We would get street maintenance as soon as they're annexed. I think they have to have all annexations done by the end of this month in order for it to count for the next billing cycle, which is in November. So we're trying to wrap some of those stuff up, but I don't think they're going to get the pavement done before June 30th. So.
Perfect follow-up. So then would you be able to reach out to the county commissioners about that one plot that's county and see if they'd put a sidewalk in?
Oh, the private property is in the county. The road, when it was annexed in 2000 and when the middle school went in, the city had to annex all adjacent right-of-ways. And I believe that was annexed in the entire road. So the road right-of-way, I think is, we're just looking at it, Alder Avenue in certain spots is anywhere from 60 to 70 feet wide, depending if it's been subdivided or not, and then dedication of some right-of-way. So there's a 60-foot right-of-way that's probably already within the city limits, and then we can work within that right-of-way. The fact of the matter is we're going to be putting in something that is essentially, typically sidewalks are paid by the adjoining property owner. In this case, if we wanted to do a special improvement district, we could include that property. When the city initiates a special improvement district, the county can use, I think inside the city limits at 51% have to agree. In the county, 60% have to agree. So we'd have to work with the county commissioners to get a special improvement district if they wanted to help pay for some of that, or that property owner. And I don't think they're going to want to pay for anything. So I think, and that property is wholly owned by one person, so they carry a lot of weight. If they protest, then it's not. But I did go over there and look at it in Nutting Park. I think it's Nutting. That would be really easy to do. You just cut out some grass and throw some gravel down and get that sidewalk in. And then if you wanted to extend it up to where the school has poured a crosswalk and try to do some kind of asphalt patch for now, and then get concrete in our park, asphalt that one block, it might work. Get them off that street.
We do want to get them off the street, so we'll do something, asphalt or something. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Believe Matt was going to put that in his budget for that specific project. That was the understanding that I had when we ended our meeting the other night. So we didn't need to do anything. He said, as a park board, although making sure that you're aware of it, and he was going to make sure it was in the budget and kind of move forward when we could. Thank you.
Yep. Councilmember Canopy.
There was also a bid already given on that piece there for Nutting. And we saw the proposal. Would that be the same person that will end up doing it then? Or is it gonna change? Matt had a proposal and a bid. I think it was 14,000.
I'm not sure if I've seen that. Maybe he's still meaning to show it to us. I don't know. So.
I have it at home. I will pull it out of my file cabinet and I'll get you a copy, and I'll make sure you get a copy right away.
Okay, thank you.
That's it right there. Yeah.
Oh, True North? I did see that. I did. I guess I didn't put it together with Nutting Park.
Yeah,
So.
I just, the sooner we can vote to.
Mhm.
The better.
Okay, yeah. All right, I will discuss that with him tomorrow. Anything else? I have nothing for today. You have anything? Good to see you here. Hope you're feeling better. Unscheduled matters, we don't have any. Let's move to dismiss.
I move to adjourn.
Second?
Motion made by Council President Sparks, seconded by Vice President Wilkie. Public comment? Council discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? We are dismissed. Adjourned.